Hello again, my name is Gabe Zollner. I'm going to attach a link to an article, the JerusalemReport.com. I'm going to give you some of the highlights. This was written by Isabel Kirchner. And it clearly explains why mosques are so dangerous. 15-year-old Gaza boy tells how Hamas recruited him as a suicide bomber and why he changed his mind. Musa Zida arrived for a meeting late. The 15-year-old schoolboy had come from his class and fallen asleep. Still rubbing his huge almond eyes and yawning occasionally, he finally shuffles into his father's office at 3 in the afternoon in the Ramal district of Gaza City and takes a seat across the table. It's a wonder he's here at all on the 15th day of Ramadan, or February the 14th, the anniversary in the Muslim calendar of 1994 Hebron massacre. Musa, an intelligent and earnest Hamas activist, was supposed to have strapped a belt of 8 kilograms of TNT around his waist and entered Israel as a human bomb by blowing himself up, along with many Israelis, as he could manage. He was expecting to go directly to heaven. His victims, he says, would go to hell. He was stopped just days before his mission by his alert father and an uncle who had grown suspicious and handed him over to the Palestinian police. Now here's the problem with mosques. In the mosque, they told me that martyrdom means paradise, and that the only way to paradise is through martyrdom. Musa explains, but I thank God that the suicide act didn't happen, because now I'm convinced it's wrong, both from a religious and personal point of view. Musa's smooth olive skin and the downy shadow over his upper lip gave him a look of innocence that belies the nature of the lethal journey he almost took. Paradise, he says, is a place where he would find all the pleasures of life and more. A place with no death, the last station, full of palaces and gardens, flowing with rivers of milk and delicious wine, with the alcohol taken out. They told him that as a martyr, he could gain entry to heaven for 70 relatives and friends, no questions asked. And that 70 virgin brides would await him there, wine and women. Interjects his father, Issam, with a hearty laugh. That was it. Admit it. It's in the Quran. Musa retorts quietly, trying not to look embarrassed. They are 2 members of the Izzi al-Din al-Qassam brigades, the armed wing of Hamas, men in their mid-30s, who told Musa he was a true martyr material and started to train him. They're just ordinary people, he says, giving the word ordinary a whole new meaning. Their main job is to persuade boys of our age to be suicide bombers. Asked whether he questioned why the 2 didn't go themselves, Musa replies, I didn't want to argue, just to be convinced. There's the reason that mosques are so dangerous, because what they do is they twist the minds of these young children by telling them they can open the gates to paradise for 70 relatives and having all those virgins waiting for them and having milk of rivers and wine of rivers. It's pretty tempting, especially to a young mind. That's what these mosques do. That's what these imams do. That's why they have to be shuttered. And if they're not shuttered, this kind of insanity will continue, as it is in Switzerland, in Germany, in Turkey, and right here in the good old USA. Read the rest of the article. Pass it along. Let me know what you think. You sure as heck have a darn good idea as to what I think, don't you?